All right, Paul, first up, headlining in the UK.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
I mean, how much does it mean to you? How much does it mean to you? You know the history of Wembley as a venue. I mean, how much does this mean?
Oh, to fight at Wembley is going to be so much better for me than fighting at the O2. As an old school UK MMA fans will know, half of my early career was spent as cage race champion fighting there at Wembley, first the conference centre, then they moving up to the arena fight. It was just great, you know. I feel at home at Wembley Arena. With the O2, it was all new to me. One, I hadn't fought in the UK for a while. Two, I had never fought at that arena. And I wasn't a believer in those sort of things affecting a fighter, but it really did I was out of my comfort zone a little bit. Whereas Wembley Arena, I'm going to feel right at home, and it might even give me a little bit more energy, give me some of that old school cage rage type energy that I used to have there.
You've paid your dues in the sport, you've been in the sport for a very long time, and you've always been sort of there or thereabouts. Do you feel like now you've got over that hump and now you're sort of hitting your sweet spot now?
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting a lot of deserved attention and a lot of credit now. But that comes with putting your time in. You know, not everyone's going to go out there and blitz and be a Conor McGregor and get all the admiration straight away. I've worked hard at it. Gone the Bernard Hopkins route, I like to say. You know, someone who's grafted and grafted and grafted and might not get the attention until they're coming towards the end of their career. But you know, I've got the attention, and I'm happy with it, and I'm looking forward to putting on a great show on May 19th.
We had the press conference here. It was a little bit unusual insofar as the other chap on the day
wasn't the opponent.
Wasn't the opponent. But it's a fight that everyone is talking about, and potentially further down the line, and it's one that I think you're both keen on at the right time.
Yeah, the fight will happen. The fight will happen with MVP. I'm not dodging him. I'm not ducking him. I'm just saying the fight's not going to happen right now. There'll be a time for it. I've got to prioritise things. I've got a route, and I've got like I say, I've got a route in mind, and it goes Rory MacDonald, Douglas Lima, then MVP. It might not be what he wants, but that's the way things are going to work. So his time will come.
I likened it to sort of the Ben Eubank rivalry, but in British MMA. I mean, how can you see similarities there? And is it something that you think you can build over the next 12 months or so?
Well, that's the whole idea. That's the whole idea. This is a fight that has got a lot of attention, and it's a fight that we can build, and it's a fight that we can be rewarded for. I'd just say that he's asked for the fight, and when he gets it, I hope he's happy.
He told me just a minute ago that he totally understands why you opted to go with the Rory MacDonald route. He understands that completely. Yeah, in terms of the choice of Rory MacDonald as an opponent, what was it specifically? Is it all about the belt, or was it about testing yourself against the guy who's fought?
In fact, it's about the belt, but it's a bit of both. I think when you're working your way towards the belt, the fight before is always going to be a test. Like my test before my last potential title shot was Douglas Lima before he became the champion, and that was never going to be an easier fight. It was a fight that we thought was going to win. We didn't win it, and now I'm in the same position again. The test before you get that title shot is always going to be a tough fight, and Rory MacDonald is that tough fight. You know, he's been in there, he's fought 4 championships and other promotions. He's trained with a champion, has been the lead training partner for one of the greatest fighters in mixed martial arts history, GSP, for a long time. He's well-rounded, he's beat some tough guys, and he was supposed to be the next big thing. He didn't quite get there, but he was supposed to be that next GSP. And for me, his skills, I think, surpass GSP's as far as being a little bit more well-rounded. GSP was a great wrestler, but I don't think he had Rory's striking, out-and-out striking, or brutal ground and pound. You know, GSP was a great fighter that could go 5 rounds, but I think Rory's, you know, you see the picture with the blood all over his face, and I call him that blood and guts fighter. He's well-rounded, but he's coming for a fight.
You mentioned, you know, that it was the iconic fight for him against Robbie Lawler at UFC 189.
Yeah.
Unbelievable fight of the year. But do you think he's the same fighter as a result of that? He's obviously had a lot of issues with his nose, and it came back to haunt him in his comeback fight as well. Is that a weakness that you think you can exploit?
I think he's had time out now. I think his nose should be repaired and recovered. But I think there will be some things that I see in the Robbie Lawler fight that I can take advantage of. I'm not one for really studying tape, but I think although Robbie's a southpaw, kind of styles are similar, that we come to bang. You know, we can be that finesse type striker, but for more so than not, we're coming to throw heavy shots every punch. And I think seeing how Rory reacts under that and how he opts to deal with it will be a key for me in going forward in my training.
And last time you headlined in London, it didn't go your way.
No.
How did you react to that afterwards? Was it something you were able to get over quickly, or was it something you had to dwell on for a while?
No, I got over it. You know, I looked to the fight and then I got over it because I know my mistakes. I know his ability, and I said he would become champion again, and he is a champion again. You know, he was former champion. They're never going to be easy fights. I thought I could beat him. I made mistakes and I paid for him. That's fighting. You know what I mean? So it's just one of them things. But going forward, I know the mistakes that I had, and I'm gunning for the rematch because I truly believe I can take Douglas Lima out.
Last one from me. What can people expect when you step in the cage?
Blood and guts. That's what the headline of this, you know, like the boxing, they normally have the name Blood and Guts, the Rage or something crazy like that. This should be Bellator 1. Has it got the number up there? Yeah, Bellator London, Blood and Guts. That's what I'll call this one, because that's what the main event's going to be.
Fantastic. Much appreciated.
Nice one.